Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and a finale on our Grandpa Mark's Hobbies October 2025 group build, the historic Route 66. I ended up doing the Shelby 427 Cobra SC kit. This is like my third choice in what I started out doing, but some things just need to be put off to the side. Let me get the guys out of the way here and talk about this kit. I really enjoyed building this. Yeah, I started out, I painted this with, a base primer coat of gloss black primer, and then a overcoat of the blue 207, K207 blue. Then I striped everything out. We talked about that. I just used black from their just regular series set. I use black on the interior and same underneath. This thing is pretty much anything that's black is either gloss or semi-gloss black. The aluminum on the block I painted with the Kaleidos aluminum. I airbrushed it for the first time. And then for the exhaust, which I didn't have troubles lining these things up. They weren't going to go, and I wasn't about to tear everything apart to shift it. Not a clue what happened there. Same with this side, but I'm still okay with that. But the exhaust, if you kind of look, I did a fade from aluminum, and I faded in with from the aluminum to the stainless steel. And I really like that look because, I started out here and I faded from here up, kind of shooting this way, all the way around it. The car went together great. I got nothing bad to say about the car except for the exhaust. And I'm sure it was something I did wrong, like day two. A lot of the chrome that is chromed got stripped and then re-chromed with Fusion Firm chrome, brush painted. I didn't spray any of it yet. I was told that you can brush paint with this, but I was also told they have a brush or an airbrush version of it. So I'm going to be looking for that because I really like that for chrome. I did not like this, but we did do a little bit of detailing in the engine bay. I put some linkage in there. The wires are in there. The fuel line is run up there. I did not put the air cleaner on there. I do have the air cleaner right here. And I think when I display it, I'm going to display it with the air cleaner set off to the side so you can see that carburetor, because that is one heck of a nice looking carb. Again, I painted the block, the aluminum intake, and then the valve covers I painted black after painting them aluminum, and then going back and repainting them the black, and then I dry brushed the Fusion Firm over top to get the details in there, and that worked out really good. So the interior, I used the molded in gauges. I did not use the decals because this was molded so nice that I figured I'd save those decals for something down the road. And what I used is just a base charcoal pencil that I picked up on Amazon. This is charcoal, and it worked great. I sharpened it and then just kind of wrung it around the gauge numbers after I already had them painted the semi-gloss black. And they pulled that right out real well. And then for the needles, I took a toothpick and just sharpened it real well and used just Tamiya's red over top of it. And it worked out good. Not sure if you can see the pedals in there. I dry brushed the pedals instead of using the decals because they're way back there, and the detail was good enough to where it really did look good. The decal came out great for the Carl Shelby. I like how that came out. The mirror, I used this mirror instead of the two side mirrors. I didn't like those, and they were kind of two different mirrors, too. And I don't understand why, but I just stuck with the stock mirror on this one. This thing likes to stick. All the little chrome doodads went on very well. Again, I stripped the roll bar because it had a huge mold line going over it, and then just brush painted it with the Fusion Firm. The front window, I had everything put together. I had the glass in. I had the side wing glasses on and everything. I set it down. I looked at it for a few minutes and said, I hate the way that looks. I just did not like it with the kicked out glass on the side here. So what I did is I pulled the glass back off. Thank goodness I use Mod Podge, the gloss Mod Podge, to hold it in place because it ripped off fine and didn't do any damage to the paint whatsoever. I snipped those off with my good snips, sanded it real good, got them where they're gone, and then just re-chromed that area. And I like that look a lot better. It's more streamlined than the way it looked with those two winglets sticking out like, I don't know, they almost look like flaps on an airplane. And I know they're supposed to be there. I just like this look better. Made myself a magazine for inside. The Road and Track with Carl Shelby on there. I thought that was pretty cool to put in here. Again, the seatbelts look crappy in the camera, but they look great in person. So don't judge the seatbelts because they look a lot better without the camera pulling up all the extra stuff. Again, the decals, very little of them that I put on, all went on very well. The Cobra up front, on the steering wheel, on the back, they all went on good. The lights went on real well in the back and the front. Again, I didn't light this, but what I did do is I put the glass in there, and then I hit the whole glass with my little bottle of Quick Shine. It all went together. We talked about the way the radiator and radiator hose fit in here on the last one. I will show you that, like I said, I could not get these to line up, and I'm sure it's because this is kicked up a little bit too far. And by the time I got to this step, even though there's not a whole lot you can dry fit on this the way it was, it just wasn't going to go. So I did the best I could with it. I like the look on the outside. It's just a little sloppy underneath. Well, a lot sloppy underneath. I'm not happy with that. If I ever build this kit again, we're going to work this a lot better than that, I guarantee you, because I'll go into it knowing that. So I'm letting everybody else know that, man, I did ugly on this. But it does fit in, this fits in. It's so tight right here that nothing I could do to make that pull where it's supposed to be. So I just wanted to show everybody that, and I figured that's the way I laid the headers in when I did them. Everything else went great. The wheels, what I did with my wheels to put them on is where the supposed to click on there. I cut maybe a 1/16 of an inch of the end of that off. So these just push on, they don't clip on or anything like that, and then I just super glued them in place so they won't fall off. I did that all the way around. So that is cool. The lifting points, I stripped, sanded, and re-chromed, put them on, dry fit them, and then dry fit them again, and then open them up just a little bit more so they fit in nice and easy, because I did have a little struggle with those, getting them on. And it was me because, again, I went to put them on and I didn't dry fit them well enough. The backs went on like a dream, no problems at all there. And I ended up making myself a Route 66 license plate. So there is my finale for this. I love the kit. Like I said, I will do this kit again because I want one that's red and black to go with the blue and black, because I think that it just look really cool sitting side by side like this at the gas station. Let's jump over here and thank Gallery, because geez, oh Pete, everything I used was pretty much Gallery paint except for little touch-up stuff. If you do get anything from Gallery, use Grandpa Mark and you'll get 10% off your whole order. Let's thank our active duty members, our veterans, and our first responders for putting it on the line every day, and I salute each and every one of you. And with that, how about if we do a real quick music montage? It'll only be a couple seconds, and then I'll let you go. So thanks again for watching. Y'all have a great day and a better tomorrow.